Hey guys, what's up? Larissa here. It's been a while. I haven't made a video in a wee while. And you guys have asked, so I'm delivering, okay? So I'm having Orlando on, and for those of you who've probably watched in the past, he's previously been on my channel a wee while ago. So we're having him on. He's pretty clued up in all things Web3, NFTs, etc., etc. So he's going to be running through with us a few things in regards to Web3, what it is, what he sees its purpose is, and also why he's bullish on it. So we've had Orlando on my YouTube channel before, and I've been meaning to have you on, and we've kind of been playing a little bit of a game of cat and mouse, haven't we? So as you guys know, Orlando is the founder of newmoney, and he's pretty dedicated to helping educate people around, trading and crypto and things like that. So I think to start off with, I just wanted to ask you the question, like, what had you start newmoney and what got you into this whole crypto space?
Okay, cool. No, Alyssa, again, we're finally here. We made it. And
Yeah.
thank you for having me on. So why I started New Money. So for me to sort of go into that, I'll have to go back to how I even started in like this trading journey and into the world of finance. So about 4 years ago, I stopped playing rugby. Rugby was my life. And then I stopped playing and I was like, man, I got so much time on my hands. Like, what can I do? I want to start a business. I want to do this, I want to do that. And I heard about stocks and trading and that back in high school. So it's always been in the back of my mind. So I kind of went back to that because I remember the teacher when I asked him yeah, what can I do that make me the most money but do the least work? And he was like, yeah, investing in trading. And I was like, sweet, I had that and I just put it in the back of my head.
Wait, so your teacher said this?
Yeah, my teacher said it, yeah.
Why have none of my teachers at school have ever said anything like that to me?
Oh, really?
Maybe I needed to come to your school.
Yeah. Maybe you're just chasing boys in that. No, no.
Probably, actually. School days.
But yeah, because I used to do economics in high school, and that was my favorite subject, even though I didn't really understand it to what I understand now. And so yeah, I started diving into trading, into like investing into stocks and that. That's why I started with stocks. I was in there for about a year. I then moved to the foreign exchange market where I found a lot better because you could trade when the market goes up and when the market goes down.
Yeah.
With stocks, you just buy and hold, and you need a lot more capital to start. With the foreign exchange market, you could trade with like $50. So I did that for about a year, and then I fell into crypto because foreign exchange market, when you're trading that, it's countries' currencies, and so it kind of like crypto fell into the table because it's a digital currency, it's a new currency. So I started looking into it. So I'm trying to understand what the heck Bitcoin was and all that. And man, it blew my mind. Like a lot of people think it's just a digital currency. They just think it's a Bitcoin, but it's a lot bigger than that. It's massive. There's nothing like this ever in our history like that we know of. Has anything like this come across our table? So I was like, man, this is technology. It's data, and it's the future because technology always moves forward. So then I was like, you know what? I know that this is going to be the future. And so I decided to stay here because I know in 5 years' time, like everyone's going to come to this space. It's going to be a trend. And by then, I would already have 5 years in the crypto space, right? I've been trading crypto for just under 2 years now, about 18 months. And so the reason why I started New Money, I've also branched out with a few other partners to start Learn Your Leisure, which is sort of New Money and Learn Your Leisure both do the same thing. We help educate people about the world of finance, not just like trading and crypto. We help educate people about what interest rates mean, how this affects your everyday life, what inflation is, why gas prices are going up, why your rent's going up. We educate people about that because that's the boring stuff that people don't want to watch. But I'm like, man, it's boring, but it affects every single person on this planet, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. This affects your life. So I feel like it's very important for people to be financially what's the word I'm looking for?
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Oh, and also when you say like, oh, it can seem boring and things like that. Trust me, guys, when you start to look into it, I feel like you're just going to go,
Yeah, yeah.
and you will not find it boring then. You will go down the rabbit hole and you'll want to know more. That's what I was like. I was like, no, this just doesn't seem like it's interesting to me. But then once you put, you know, a couple of footsteps in the door into learning it, you're like, whoa.
Your mind gets blown. And a lot of people have to be open-minded when they learn the space, because like you said, it goes against everything that we've been taught and we know. So it is a bit of an awakening for everyone that dives into the crypto space, but it's worth it, man. It's 100% worth it.
So worth it. Yeah. And so in terms of being the founder, what have you learned from it for yourself?
Being a founder of New Money, I think the main thing I learned, because the reason why I started it was to help people, and I was thinking, yeah, man, like I'll start this. I'm a local guy. Everyone will come and want to learn it. But it was actually the opposite. Everyone was running away from it, thinking that they still think crypto is a scam.
No, I don't want to know any of this.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, it's not. Like, don't let the media fool you. It's not a scam. It's legit what our countries like US, China, all of them are going to. They're all going to the space, but they tell you it's a scam, so you don't get into the space. But the biggest thing I learned was that a lot of people are sort of closed-minded to the space. And I mean, it is a generational thing. That's what I've noticed as well, is that a lot of the older generations are like so against it. They just don't like it. They don't understand it, so they don't participate in it. Where the younger people, right now, I'm talking like 18 to like 25-year-olds, even 30, they're more open to it, because you know they lived half of their life with technology, so they understand how technology works. It's a lot easier for them to pick up, and so that's who I sort of target, is the next generation. That's who New Money Learn Your Leisure target, is the next gen that's coming up, and they kind of helped us like get our demographic for who we want to have in the team. Because yeah, a lot of older generations, they just, if they don't understand it, they just go, no, it's not real. It's not real. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like,
Well, neither was the internet once upon a time.
Yeah. Everyone was saying the exact same thing about the internet back in 2000s, and they had like the .com bubble that happened in the early 2000s with the internet and that, where people were calling it a scam, calling it this, calling it this. And funny enough, it actually had a massive crash before it took off again. And after that crash, it just took off forever. And it's just been booming ever since the internet. Everyone that, like, you're watching this on the internet. Every single person on this planet is now on the internet.
On your smartphone, on your laptop, whatever it is, you're on the internet.
Yeah, you're in it.
Yep. And just like, you know, things are always changing and things are always evolving, and technology, it's a huge one.
Yep. Technology
moving to the future.
never takes a backward step. I said this all the time, because it's true. Technology always evolves and never goes backwards. I mean, I can't think of a time that technology has gone backwards. And it's just going to evolve, whether we like it or not, whether we jump on board or not, it's going to do it anyway. Right, so it's a massive opportunity that's happening now for people to get in early. But yeah, again, they have to be open-minded, and it is a bit of a risk, but I see more reward than risk in this space. A lot more reward.
Exactly. And so now I want to ask, what is Web3 and why do you think it's revolutionary?
So Web3, so that's sort of for those that are new to this, that don't understand it, Web3 is where we are heading to. We're in the middle of Web2 and Web3. I'll touch a little bit on Web1 and Web2, so then you can get a better understanding of Web3. Web1 is when the internet first come out, and you're only able to read on the internet. You'd have a computer, but you weren't able to post anything. You weren't able to upload a photo on the internet. You're only able to read on the internet. Right? Fast forward like 10, 15 years, you've got Web2 come out, right? Web2 was now where you can read and write on the internet. This is where vlogging blew up. People are now able to post, and we still live in a Web2 world right now, which is people posting on TikTok now, on Instagram. You know, people are content creators. That's what Web2 is. And now Web3, where we're heading to, is you can read, you can write, and now you can own parts of the internet, right? So to dive a little bit more into that, and an example is that, you know, we upload photos and videos, content onto Facebook. right? But we don't own it. Like once it's on Facebook, Facebook do whatever they want with it. They send it to whoever they want. They send your data to whoever they want, and they profit off that. Where us, as the people who are actually creating it, don't make money from it. Web3 now allows you to make money off the content that you post on the internet. It makes you full owner. It removes the middleman of Facebook. So you have things like NFTs, for example, right? You can buy an NFT and you own it, right? You upload, you can create your own NFT, and you are sole owner of that. No one can tell you how much you can sell it for, because you own it. You decide how much you sell it for. So Web3 is sort of a world today where you can own parts of the internet, and you be the full owner. It's sort of cutting out all these big companies that have been making money off us for the last 10 years. And that ties into the awakening part of realizing that, shit, like I'm not making any money from being on Facebook for 5 hours a night, right? Where Web3 now, right, they actually have platforms where if you like watching videos and that, they have Web3 platforms now where you can get paid in crypto just for watching videos and doing what you already do now and get paid for it. So there's a lot of digital money out there, and you can see it today. People being millionaires from like internet money, what the boomers call internet money.
Cool. So just like what Orlando said, I'm just going to give a few examples. So with Web3, how he's talking about, like the middleman. So if I was to send money from myself to Orlando's bank account, that would go through the bank to Orlando. So the bank is like the middleman. And then if I was to send Ethereum, for example, to Orlando, I would just send it straight from me to him, and there would be no middleman. So that's an example of like Web 2 versus Web 3. And then I also like how you touched on, Web 2 being like, Facebook, and how we can interact with people, and, we get to read and write on those platforms, but then Facebook owns all our data.
Yeah.
Because Facebook is like the middleman, or Instagram is like the middleman. So can you give us some benefits of Web 3 to Web 2?
So benefits and of Web 3 that I believe is just having ownership of your money and your digital assets that you have. For example, like I could download a Bitcoin wallet today, not have to upload any ID, don't have to do any credit rating or anything like that. I could literally download a wallet and then buy Bitcoin, and then I've got digital money right there. I like being anonymous, because the way I look at it is that, the banks, the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, whatever you want to call it, they control the world by controlling your money. And you can see it today, right? You can see it where we are with high interest rates, high inflation. They do these numbers, right? And then everyone in the world's in a state of chaos or state of like fear, because now everything's gone up. And they're doing it to control your money, and the money, because people are so emotionally attached to their money now. Whatever their money's doing, right? That affects the way that they live their life, right? A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. I know a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, and it's not good. So the way I like it is that I can actually own digital money and digital assets and not have someone know that I own it. I like being anonymous. That's what Web3 is. I like the most about it, is that you don't have to have your ID. You can be a billionaire and no one will even know it unless you want them to know. Right? So that's sort of the pros of Web3. And yeah, like you said before, Facebook own all the content. They make so much money, and I learned that when I was doing drop shipping. And you could actually, I'd pay Facebook to show me people who like the things that I was selling. So if you pay the money, Facebook will give you the data, and then you'll post your ads to those people. That's why you keep seeing ads and shit. And so you keep seeing ads and things you like, because Facebook's selling your data. They're making money off what you do and what you like. So Web3, that doesn't happen. You own your own data and you can stay anonymous. So that's what I like about Web3.
Yeah, they're like the gatekeepers. It's kind of like, how like Uber and I think like Airbnb as well. They're kind of like the gatekeepers of all the data, and then we just use them.
Yeah. And it's funny you touched on that. So can I just touch on that real quick?
Yeah.
Uber is I think it's the largest like transport company in the world right now, right? And they own no cars, right? Airbnb are the largest what would you call accommodation sort of franchise or business right now, and they don't own any houses. And it's the same with crypto. Bitcoin's the best performing asset for the last 11 years, and they don't own a bank. Right? This is the world that we're heading to, and people need to like wake up real quick because it's gonna happen. Like
real quick. You guys better wake up real quick. You bullish on Web3 in your own opinion?
Because the reason why I'm so bullish on it and I believe that it's gonna happen is because, like I said before, technology never takes a backwards. It has never taken a backward step. Us as humans evolve and we adopt and we adapt. So with the Web3 that we're into, right, we've gone from Web 1 to Web 2 to now to Web 3. So you can only assume that this transition is going to carry on because it has the previous 20 years, right, or 30 years technology's been out. And again, a generational thing, right? A lot of the older generations are against it. A lot of the younger generations are for it. So over time, right, these younger generations, they get old, they become adults. These are the older generation, they become really old and sort of, I don't want to say forgotten about, but like their impact or their influence on the world sort of diminishes, and people don't really take into consideration what the older generation have to say. And it's just life, man. It's going to happen. So I feel like that's going to happen with Web3, older, younger generation becoming new adults who are all for technology. It makes life a lot easier. And yeah, that's why I think Web3 is the space to be.
Nice. Okay, one more question. What are the pros and cons of Web3 that you see?
Yeah. So I've already said the pros with the like the anonymous and man, there's a few that I can't think of right now. But the cons, I think about it right now at the moment is just that there's a lot of scammers in this space. Scammers. So because there's no rules and policies on crypto right now, that's opened the doors for a lot of scammers to come in and do their thing. Because, you know, if you get scammed or someone takes your crypto, there's no office line you can't call. You can call to be like, oh, my crypto's been stolen, because there's no regulations on crypto. So the scammers, but once regulations and policies are put into place, like I think the volatility will slow down a lot and a lot more scammers will start to fade out. And then maybe the other con was people having to be more responsible with their money.
Yeah.
That's probably the other thing, is that the banks hold your money because they don't believe you can do it. You can hold your money, so they hold it for you, right? So when you're buying crypto, you're becoming your own bank. You're not relying on the bank to hold your funds anymore. You're taking full responsibility. And to people, that could be scary. It's a little scary to people because they're like, what if I send it to the wrong address, or what if I like lose it, or what if I forget about it? I'm like, man, you know, we're adults. Like, you gotta take responsibility for your stuff. You know what I mean? And but that's pretty much the only really cons I can think of right now. And then the pros outweigh the cons big time. Decentralization, you're paid for your data, you can be anonymous, you can send peer-to-peer. Like the pros for crypto is just, and it's deflationary, right? So our money is not losing power. That's the main thing too, is that crypto, well, they gain value over time. Right? Money, dollars, they lose value over time. So what do you want to hold? You want to hold dollars or digital assets, right? It's no brainer.
Yeah. It's kind of like the power is in our hands and we get to dictate how that goes. Yeah. But with that comes responsibility for your own assets, because you are the sole owner. Okay. You don't have the banks to like do everything for you and things like that. Cool. So I want to kind of top it off with two kind of little like bonus questions. So thoughts on CryptoPunks and Bored Apes, and if you were to choose one, which one and why?
Man, it's funny you asked that, because I just seen some crypto news today about CryptoPunks.
Oh yeah.
And let me just try and find it real quick. And I think they're teaming up with, oh man, I can't remember who it was, but it was like Gucci or Versace or something like that. CryptoPunks.
Oh, okay, interesting.
CryptoPunk, but I'll still choose Bored Apes over CryptoPunks, just because Bored Apes are sort of they're just doing more.
Yeah, I feel like they are too. Like, I haven't really heard much about CryptoPunks, but in saying that, I haven't really looked into them. However, you know, you see Bored Apes doing so many things, and like the celebrities will have them, and they're having yacht parties and huge get-togethers. So to me, that tells me that the community is like really strong, and they're excited
Yeah.
what's to come with them. Look, I haven't even read the roadmap or anything. I don't know anything about it, but just from what I've seen,
Yeah.
and you know, the community's excitement. Yeah.
Just being in the space, you see a lot more Bored Ape stuff there. And it's Tiffany and Co. Sorry, that's who it is. With CryptoPunks, Tiffany and Co. They're doing NFTs, jewelry. So.
Oh, that's pretty wicked.
Yeah. So the CryptoPunks like earrings and that and all that. So.
Oh, and they can put it on their CryptoPunk, yeah?
Yeah. That's Tiffany and Co. That just come out like 5 hours ago with CryptoPunks. So that's pretty cool. But I still choose Bored Apes. I mean, they got metaverse stuff. I'm not too sure if they're tied with any designer brands or jewelry store or jewelry companies, but yeah, I still choose Bored Apes.
Yeah, I think so. Me too.
Yeah.
It looks like a vibe. It just looks like a vibe.
Yeah.
Cool. And so yesterday, Orlando told me that he is bullish on Sol. Yeah. So I found a little video, and for anyone else out there that's bullish on Sol, you guys got to confirm this with me. Is this true? Is this not true? What do you think of it? All right. So I'm going to share my screen.
I was on a date.
Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Emily.
I'm Josh.
Hi.
Josh.
Can I kiss you?
Sure.
Nah, man. No.
I just get that ick each time I watch it.
Nah, man, this is not Solana, guys. No. That's Shiba guys and Dogecoin guys. That's who they are.
Shiba guys and Dogecoin.
Hello.
Yeah, those are Shiba guys and Dogecoin guys. Solana guys are the big hunky guy that's on Juice at Awards Gym.
That's on what?
On Juice.
On Juice. Oh, the TV channel.
yeah, TV channel.
On Juice. Oh, on Juice, like Juice. Oh, yes, I get it. Okay. So Solana guys on Juice. That's not Solana guys.
Yeah, not us. We're gonna go to the moon. We're going.
So bad. Imagine being on like one of those dating shows and like having some. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
Just to end it for my Solana guys, right? This is just some facts here. Right, exactly 2 years ago, Solana was 50 cents, right? And right now it's about $40 in the span of 2 years. And that's a massive return. For those that don't really understand, is that when you buy something that's 50 cents, right? And it goes to, say you put $100 worth of it, and if it goes from 50 cents to $1, right? It's just doubled, 50 cents to $1. That means your money doubles too. Your $100 turns to $200, and then it goes another $1.50. It triples, right? So it's $300 now. So it went from 50 cents to $40. It went to 50 cents to $200 last year, but now it's done a pullback to $40. So best believe that I'm buying that. So Solana guys, stay strong. Stay strong. We're here for the long run.
If you guys want to, I'll drop Orlando's link below, just like for his socials and things like that. So if you want to get involved with New Money and learn your leisure, you can go ahead and do so, and just flick him a message. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if this video has been helpful, and if you want to see Orlando back on my channel again. Have a good day, night, wherever you guys are. Much love, and thanks again for watching.